All right, hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm a little bit pressed for time, so I'm gonna make this video now because I'm starting what I'm about to tell you. I'm gonna start doing this tomorrow, and so I kind of want to get my thoughts out there, and I want to show you guys what I'm going to be doing. So this video is basically going to be in regards to Western Governors University. If you guys don't know what it is, it's basically like a competency-based school. There's a lot more than that, and I will get into it probably in another video. But basically, it is August 8th, 2022, and I am planning on starting Western Governors University and going for my bachelor's in Cybersecurity and Information Assurance. And I'm going to do that in January, I think. But there's ways that you can transfer credits. You can knock out things before you even start the class, and that is what this video is going to be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the credits that you need. I'm going to show you the 3 methods that I'm going to be using to try to transfer over a bunch of credits. Yeah, tomorrow I'm actually going to start it. So I'll probably give you guys an update video in like a week or so, just to let you know if this is possible and if it's something that works for me and it's something that I can do all the way up until January. So yeah, we'll see where we go from there. But I really don't want to waste a whole lot of time. I think we should just go ahead and get into it. So there are 122 credits that are required in order to get the bachelor's degree for cybersecurity and information assurance. There is a guy that goes by the name of Josh Madakor, and I've been watching his video and many other videos for weeks about like transferring credits and how to do the class faster and things like that. And he has a wonderful graph that shows you some ways you can do that. So what I want to do is I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you his graph. I'll also link to his video, but I'm going to show you his graph, and then I'm going to show you kind of my graph and then give you some more details, because I've really been looking into this. Let's see here. Let me see. Okay, so this, I think everything looks good. So this right here is his document. And basically, it's not complicated, but I'm going to show you how it works. Every single class that you have to take is all listed here on the left. And then you have the name of the classes here. You have each credit unit of how many credits it is, all the way up to 122. There's different course types. So you have general, which I think is like your undergrad or understudy, something like that. Core, specialization, etc., etc. You also have your study.com transfers. And the assessment types will basically say, hey, if you pass the exam, or in order to pass the class, you have to get this certification or that certification. This is an amazing document. And if you're interested in getting your bachelor's, I would suggest you look at this one. I'm going to show you my version, which is more complicated, but there's a reason for that. And it's because while I absolutely love this document, he only talks about study.com. And after doing a lot of research, I realized study.com is great, but there's an option that I feel might be even better. So I'm going to do both of them. This is his code for getting 3 months off the study.com. If you guys want to use it, I'd recommend it. I'm going to use it when I actually start doing this. But let me just show you. I'm going to show you what mine looks like, and then I will show you the rest of the stuff that I want to show you as far as actually transferring credits. So first, let's look at mine. So this is mine. Sorry, it looks a little bit weird, and I'm not going to stay on this page too long because it's complicated, but same thing. You have your code, you have the name, the units, the course types. What I've done for me is I've taken each of these classes and I've actually put links to them. So I have links to the exact class. And I did that for both study.com and sophia.com because I wanted to know, before I start WGU, what classes can I take? I wanted to know the exact ones I can take. I wanted to know, exactly how many credit units it was, what was required, stuff like that. And then over here is your assessment type. This says completed. I should actually update that. But basically, I'm either going to be using sophia.com to knock out everything I can, or I'm going to be using study.com, or in some cases actually have certifications. So keeping this in mind, let's go back to a couple of websites because there's something I want to show you. So this is on their official website. On the official website, WGU says that the requirements, and this was updated a couple months ago, and I'm actually a little bit frustrated with because I talked to two different counselors. One counselor told me, well, you can only transfer a maximum of 60%. But then the other counselor said, no, you can transfer a maximum of 75%, which is what I see here, right? It says that you must earn at least 25% of the competency units from WGU, but you can transfer up to 75%. What I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on transferring 73% of my credits. So we'll get into that in just a second. But yeah, you can transfer up to 75. So in theory, if you do stuff outside of WGU, it's a competency-based school. So you get in there, you have a lot less classes to do. You can potentially do it in one term. You see a lot of people make videos about doing it in one term, and that's exactly what I want to do. So I told you there's different ways that you can transfer over credits. Another issue that I had with the counselor is that I was looking for this specific page. This is a public page, by the way. So hopefully WGU doesn't get mad at me for showing this, because this is what I was looking for. And the first counselor, when I talked to them, they were like, well, you have to apply to be able to get this information. No, you don't. It was public. You should have just gave it to me. But there's 3 different ways that I'm going to be trying to transfer some credits. And one of them is with certifications. Now, I think you guys can see if I switch scenes over here. I'm sure you can see behind me, I have a few certifications. There specifically are 4 certifications that I am going to be able to transfer over to Western Governors University. And that's my CompTIA A+, CompTIA Net+, CompTIA Security+, and the CISSP. Now, my question to them was, okay, the CISSP, it's not a certification that you guys offer, but I know that you can transfer, that I can transfer that in. And so my question was, what classes does it knock off? And she was like, well, I can't tell you. You have to sign up. No, I just needed this page and I was looking for it. So let me show you here. I'm going to do a search for CISSP. And this shows you that this class automatically gets knocked off by having my CISSP certification. And so does this class, which is illegal issues in cyber and information security. We have one down there for managing information security. I think it knocks off like 4 or 5 classes, but that's one way that I'm going to be able to knock off some courses. So if I go back to my graph here, everything that you see over here that's green, this is something that's automatically being taken off. And in total, there are 9 classes with the certifications that I have now that are automatically going to be transferred over. And that's a total of 36 credits, which is awesome. That already is going to lower the amount of work that I have to do when I actually start my class. But I told you I'm going to use both sophia.org and study.com as well. So I want to go back over and show you those as well. So obviously this first page here is certifications. I guess I'll put this one in the description below too, if you're curious what certifications actually transfer over. Not only what certifications transfer over, but what classes they knock off. But there's 2 more. So there's study.com that I'm going to be using, and it's kind of the same format, right? You have the classes that WGU, you know, the classes that they call it, like English Composition 1, English Composition 2, blah, blah, blah. And the study.com classes that you can take to fulfill those requirements. So this is a page for study.com. Some of them, like Introduction to Geography, you could take one of like a bunch of different ones. So I think that's really cool. But yeah, this is study.com. And then you also have one for Sophia Learning. There's others like schools and websites that you can transfer stuff on, but these are the 2 that I've read that are the best. And so I just wanted to show you this because I've gone through all of these and I've looked at all of these. And so kind of going back to my graph, all of these are actually links. These links will take you to the actual class so you can see what it looks like on study.com and sophia.org. And so what I did is this first one right here, the English composition one. You can use Sophia or you can use study.com. There is a class for each of them. And just to show you an example of what this looks like, this would be the page for study.com. And I looked at this and it's 105 lessons. Apparently they're an average of 8 minutes each. There's quizzes after all of them. And if you scroll down, or is it the syllabus? Syllabus says that you must get 210 points in order to pass the class, which consists of quizzes, which like I said, I think there's a quiz for every single lesson, all 105. That's a lot. You have to do 3 essays, and then you have to do a final proctored exam. That's a lot to do. But, you know, a lot of people do stuff like this to knock them out and to get them done faster. So this is an option, and I think this is great. Same thing with Sophia.com. You can also use Sophia.com to clear off that class. If you scroll down a little bit, it says that there's 14 challenges you have to do and 5 touchstones. I believe the touchstones, it says written assessments. From what I read in other videos, those are the ones that might take a little bit of time, because what happens is you have to like submit a written assessment, and then it could take like 7 days for them to grade it and give it back to you. So I find that to be a little bit of a bummer. But anyways, so just as an example, those are the 2 different options that I have outside of attending that at Western Governors University. The reason why I'm going to do Sophia.com instead of doing study.com for this class and for every other class that I could do Sophia.com for is it's my understanding, and I'm not sure if I can really show you here, but it's my understanding that with study.com, how much is it, by the way? I think it's $200 or $300. Oh, they're going to do this. Yeah, it's not going to let me show you. It's like $200 or $300 for, can I do it here? I don't think it's going to show me. It's either 200 or 300. And what it is you can do up to 2 classes per month for that $300. Apparently you can do a maximum of 5, but after the 2 classes, the other 3 classes would cost a little bit more. But the point is you can only do a maximum of 5, period. But that's not the same with Sophia.com. Sophia.com, you pay, I think it's $100 a month. That should be on the bottom here. Yeah, you pay $100 a month, and you can do up to 2 courses at a time. But that doesn't mean that you can only do 2 courses. If you finish, one of those 2 courses at a time, you just move on to the next course, and you can keep doing it over and over again. I was watching this video. If I can remember what it is, I'll post it in the description. She said that she did 10 classes in 1 month of Sophia.com. And I know that's like really unlikely for your average person to be able to do that. But it just really makes me want to do Sophia.com because it's going to be a lot cheaper than trying to do study.com. And it's definitely going to be cheaper than, an entire extra WGU term, which is 6 months, but it's like $4K or something like that. So, yeah, that's just what I wanted to kind of show you guys. So anyways, I'm showing you all of that to kind of get back to the point here and to get back to this graph. I'm going to specifically go down here, and I know it looks a little bit messy. I promise you I will organize this probably in another video. It may look a little bit better, but again, I'm trying to get this out. I think you guys can see the date right here. It is Monday, August 8th, and I really want to start doing this tomorrow. Like tomorrow, just start trying to do the Sophia classes. And so my plan here, and sorry it looks a little bit weird, but again, I'll explain this. I already told you that 9 classes is already knocked out by certifications alone. There is another certification that I'm working on called the CISM. It's by ISACA. However, that is not going to knock out any extra credits because apparently everything that I would have gotten off from having the CISM is already been taken off for having the CISSP. And That's fine. I understand. I still want that certification though. So I'll probably go for that. But looking here, so 9 classes I can knock off with just certifications. I'm going to try to do 11 classes, which is worth 35 credits from just doing Sophia.com. And then like there's like 6 more classes that I can do worth 18 credits for study.com. And if I do all 3 of that, that's 89 credits in total. That's 26 classes, or 73%, that I would be able to transfer over before I even start Western Governors University. And that's a lot. So here's the thing. It is Monday, August 8th. I told my counselor that I think I'm going to start on December 1st. I actually think I'm going to start January 1st. And basically what this means is that I have, I think until December. So you have to submit all of your credits and have them approved, I think, a month before you actually start. So I have to transfer and submit and have passed everything by December 1st if I want to start January 1st, which is, I believe, 17 weeks from now that I have to submit everything. 17 classes, 17 weeks from now. Can I do all 17 classes in 17 weeks? I don't know. I work full time. I have other priorities, I have other things going on. And honestly, I don't know how difficult these classes are going to be. They might be easy, they might be hard. One of the things that I can tell you about me is that just being completely honest, if I'm not interested in a class at all, it is extremely hard for me to stay motivated and to do it. But I want to do this. I want to get this done. I'll talk a little bit more in another video, kind of about my background, as far as my career and what I've done and what I've achieved so far. But yeah, for me, school is the next way to go. And yeah, so that's the reason why I'm going to try to knock out all these classes. Again, I don't know how well it's going to be done. I am trying to get Western Governors University done in one term. Just go there one term, knock out everything else, and move on. So we'll see how well that works out. There is one thing that I wanted to note here, just out of this graph, so you know. There is a class, which is this one right here. This is this Business of IT Applications. In order to pass this class, you have to get the ITIL exam. And I'm kind of frustrated because I don't like the ITIL exam. I've already taken it. I took it a long time ago. I took it 5 years ago, and I got ITIL version 3. And the problem is you can't transfer over any certifications that are older than 5 years. So this particular certification is like 5 years and 4 months or something like that. So I can't transfer it over. Unfortunately, there is no study.com or Sophia.com class that I can take. So I literally have to take this exam. And I really don't want to have to take this again. The ITIL exam, it's actually probably one of the easiest ones here. It's just a really annoying exam. And when I first took it 5 years ago, I failed by one single question. So that's not going to be fun. Also, where is it? I decided that there's a class, specifically this one, the Business of IT Project Management. In order to pass this class through WGU, you must get the CompTIA Project Plus. A lot of my career, as far as like, being in management and stuff, requires me to do a lot of projects and a lot of, organizing and things like that. But I have no interest in the CompTIA Project Plus. I have no interest in it whatsoever. I don't care about the certification. I don't want the certification. If I can skip this class, I'm going to skip this class. And it looks like I can skip it by doing the Sophia.com class or Sophia.org class. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to skip that one. Same thing with the CompTIA CYSA Plus. I actually really want the CompTIA Pen Test Plus, so I will be attending that class. It looks like I don't even have a choice. I have to do it. But I can skip the CompTIA CYSA Plus by doing a course for study.com, so I'm going to do that as well. And we'll see if I can knock out another class. So yeah, that is it. That's kind of what my plan is for now. Um, Again, this is all going to be pretty difficult. One of the things about me is that what's the best way to say this? I've always had to motivate myself to do this type of stuff. Every certification that you see behind me, I've gotten it on my own. A lot of my career has been, me kind of, finding new jobs and moving forward in my career. I don't really have like that study group or even a bunch of people that are into information security. So keeping myself motivated is something that is a challenge at times. And it's one of the reasons why I'm making this video. One of the reasons why I'm making this YouTube channel is so that I can see and kind of hold myself accountable in a better way, and also continue to motivate myself to try to do the damn near impossible. Because this is going to be a challenge for sure. But anyways, I think this video is going on kind of long. I might be rambling on a little bit. So that's it. Those are going to be my plans. I'll probably give you an update in about a week or so, just to let you know how it goes. I don't know how well it's going to go, but I'm hoping for the best. Like I said, at least one class a week. I don't know if I'll be able to knock out more than that, but I'm going to try to do one class a week. I think I'm going to start off doing one of Sophia's classes. I'm going to try to do the PM 001, something like that. Whichever one was the project management class. I'm going to try to do that class first, because that's the class that I know for sure I do not want to take CompTIA project class. It's just not my thing. Like, if I have to go for a certification in project management, I would go for the most well-known, most recognized, which is the PMP. But I'm not going for that anytime soon. I got to get school out of the way. So yeah, that's it. I will give you guys an update video in about a week, let you know how it goes. I'm excited to officially get started with my kind of like, some people online, they call it like pre-gaming. And I'm not sure I like that term very much. But yeah, I'm excited to start my journey with Western Governors University. And this, although I'm not technically in school yet, I do have an enrollment counselor that I'm talking with, and I will be submitting, transfer credits as I get closer and closer to my actual start date. So you guys are going to be able to see and learn and follow me on my journey from the very beginning, from even the beginning of the beginning, all the way up until we eventually do it. So since this is the first video, as I said, I'm going to try to transfer all 73% of the credits that I can without going over before January 1st when I start. My goal is to absolutely complete my bachelor's degree in one term, which means that when I start in January, I need to be finished by July. I think it's June, by the end of June. So we'll see what happens. But until my next video, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. If you guys are interested in doing Western Governors University, let me know. I'm always watching other people's videos. I'm always trying to continue to learn and find out the best ways that they're able to make the school and make the classes work for them. This is it's definitely not traditional, but I'm up for the challenge and I'm excited for it. So until my next video, you guys take care, and I'll give you an update in a week, and we'll see what happens.